Christian music probably does have a stigma attached to it, because I think there's a lot of associations of songs of praise or those kinds of images. You know, my old image would be very much like of a acoustic guitar, socks and sandals and a rainbow strap, you know, I'm thinking that's what people think.
6 years ago when we released Deeper, or whenever that was, I think there was a lot of hostility and a lot of like, I love the music but just don't give me that Christian thing, you know, it's just freaking me out. I can't play it on radio and I'm going to lose my job if I do. People saying, well, man, if only you'd write about girls, you know, you'd be massive, you know. And we've done a little bit of that.
It's okay, you know I'll live to fight another day. It's okay, you know I'll live to find the worst.
So what about sex, drugs and rock and roll?
What does that mean? Drugs, I mean, you know, there's no bigger high than playing on stage with your mates in a band, seeing 10,000 people sing along to your song. You know, sex, well, that's fine. There's enough for me at home.
We went on tour with quite a large world act, and we were sort of told by our tour manager at one of their initiations to take the support band out to a strip club. There was a few discussions about that, but it never came to anything. I think it was a hoax.
I went, didn't you go?
The other rock and roll bit, yeah?
Yeah.
Well, we're doing that every
We're
day,
doing
aren't
that,
we?
yeah. That's
We
right.
are rock and roll. Look at us.
We do often turn up at venues and the runner introduces themselves. They say, you know, I'm your runner for today and I can get you anything.
Yeah.
And you're like, no, you know, we're doing good. Or someone says, yeah, I'd love a bottle of water. You know, he comes back and he's like, yeah, I can get you anything.
Blue Smarties.
Yeah.
Almost had to spell it out to us, you know, anything, you know, and we're like, yeah, no, we're fine, thanks.
I mean, people call us squeaky clean or whatever, but, you know, we still like the odd half-pint lager.
Really? But maybe with a bit of lemonade in.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Q magazine points up why artists like Delirious can face a problem.
We've pretty much worked out now that it's best to be yourself, you know, and that's you know, we've probably made some mistakes along the way and tried to sort of, you know, camouflage things a little bit and, you know, tone things down just to sort of appease people, and at the end of the day it doesn't really work, because we are who we are, and, you know, we're proud of who we are and what we believe.
We'd like to have a good effect on people and to make them ask questions about it, and, you know, we're not saying that we're the ones to come and do the preaching, but we try and be non-confrontational but true to ourselves at the same time.
We want to sing about things that make sense to everyone, but at the same time we don't want to water that down and pretend that we're something that we're not.
What's coming out of us is what God has put into us, and that might seem like a grandiose comment, but that is, I think, how we feel.
Great musicians and great bands just have to be themselves, and I think you look back at all the great rock and roll bands of the various times, I think they've all stood for something different. They believed in something that made them different, or they did something that made them different, and could that be our calling card? Maybe.
The band are off to Sacramento, California to headline a Christian youth event for 15,000 people. But it's no holiday. The band leaves Heathrow Friday lunchtime to come back Sunday night. A 58-hour round trip, 40 hours in transit and 18 hours spent in Sacramento. But it's nothing compared to some of their previous journeys.
Yeah, the worst long-haul travelling experience we've ever done, I think, is we went to New Zealand for a day. And I don't recommend anyone doing it. It is nuts. It's like 20, well, it's 2 days to get there and 2 days to get back.
Yeah.
And my legs haven't been the same since.
It was my idea to go to New Zealand for one day, for one concert.
It's what we said to him when we got back. It's the interesting thing.
Tony often comes with us, but he wasn't on that trip. Funny enough.
All 5 of us are married now, and I think we have about 12 children between us. It's a real balancing act, if you're away too much, then your children don't know your name when you walk in the door. We've kind of got a few little rules that we try and keep to about the length of the trips we do, but it does make it mad. I mean, as we said, we're going to America for one gig.
Unfortunately, you can't play to 20,000 Americans in your hometown every weekend.
We will literally fly into Australia, do 5 shows, and come home again. We won't stay for a day off.
I've been up about 23 hours so far.
Well, it's actually not late here. It's 8:30 here, but it's 4:30 in the morning back home, so
I'm going to go to bed.
The band finally arrive at their hotel badly needing sleep, but they'll need to rouse themselves tomorrow to perform for thousands of people.